Community and religious leaders from around Britain gathered in the old courtyard of the historic India Office for this annual celebration. This is Durbar Court, the solid symbol of the old empire. More than 300 people were celebrating the integration of 2 million Muslims in British communities. Ambassadors and members of Parliament were among them. The new Minister for Communities, Miss Hazel Blears, was the joint host for the event, and she was given a warm welcome by the Foreign Secretary, Mr. David Miliband. He was soon engulfed by visitors wanting to get up close, and he had this message for British people about integration.
I think this is about people living out the common humanity that binds us together, whatever our race, our religion, our creed, our colour. I think that the shared activities of daily life, whether at work or in sport or in the community, are the things that actually express that common humanity, and really it's about going about our lives in a way that makes the most of our diversity rather than resenting it.
And he broadened this message about joining together to confront the dangers in the world in his main speech.
It seems especially appropriate tonight, given where we're meeting, to say that the threats that the world faces, the challenges, the dangers that the world faces, which we in this building spend a lot of our time thinking about, dangers of religious extremism, dangers and violence, dangers of global inequality, dangers of climate change, dangers of nuclear proliferation. Those dangers, they need all of humanity in all of its diversity to come together to address them, because the truth about those challenges that I've described is that they are shared challenges for the whole of our planet. No one can opt out of confronting the difficulties of religious extremism. No one can opt out of climate change. No one can opt out of the dangers of nuclear proliferation. And none of us should opt out of facing the challenge of global inequality. And part of the purpose of today is to recognize a kind of paradox. Because on the one hand, we can't confront these challenges without recognizing the benefits that come from our diversity, both within our country and around the world. But at the same time, we've got to be honest that the diversity that we have can fragment and place challenges in front of us as we try to confront those challenges. And I think we should be honest about that. But I think we should also be honest that the diversity that is represented in this room can only come together in a set of shared institutions and shared activities that allow us to show our common humanity.
He said that Britain should now be saying that it was open to the world as a force for good.
I think we can make ourselves never again the biggest, never again an empire, but for the future a place where people and ideas and money and culture come and meet, where the great debates of the world include us. And I think that's a really important part of our role as a modern Foreign Office, not running the world, but using the global hub that is represented in this room, the roots and the links that we have around the world, to make sure that we are a force for values, not just of tolerance, but of respect, of equality and social justice. And in that way, we're advancing our own interests, but we're actually advancing a set of global interests.
The Communities Minister said Britain had always benefited from the skills of people who had come to the country from around the world.
For centuries, Britain has actually benefited from the diversity in this country. Sometimes we talk about it as if it's a new phenomenon. It's not. It goes back hundreds of years and centuries in this country. And one of our great strengths is the skills, the talent, the imagination, the creativity that people have brought to this country. And I don't think that we celebrate that enough.
This courtyard was first used to entertain the Sultan of Turkey. Now Britain is supporting Muslim Turkey for membership of the European Union. Another battle for integration and diversity.